Hi everybody, this is Ashley Marketing Truth. I'm doing my early morning walk. It's probably like around 7 in the morning. Trying to knock it out of the way before I go to rehearsal later today. But I just wanted to go over a part of my morning routine that I've been working on for some years. And then also the skincare routine should be posted on Marketing Truth's page. It's something I try to do every Friday. It's just the process of like some products that I use, little to none, really. So but right now I'm walking, and I've been trying to, usually in the mornings I would either jog a mile or I would walk, 2 full laps would equal about maybe like 5 or 6 miles. And usually my Fitbit, I would focus on the minimum of 2,000 calories a day. But I did not pay attention to steps until my mother had pointed it out. And so now when I do my 2 routes of walking, that equals my 10,000 steps. And then I'm done for the day. And I usually go and I chime in for work on mine because I work from home. So right now I'm walking, and I have on these compression socks that my mother had gotten me. And compression socks help with circulation, decreases inflammation, and yada, yada, yada. So this lady behind me, I see her in the camera. But I just wanted to talk about this, because I think this is very important for people to know, especially those who were in the dance world or the film world who were affected by the pandemic. Not a bad effect, but just had to have a lifestyle change. And then when it died down, had to shift back to regular life and how it affected the body physically. So, 1 second, I'm at a stoplight. Okay, so I dance and do freelance film when an opportunity presents itself, and I feel like it's an opportunity from God. So, but during the pandemic, all the dance studios and dance companies have switched to dancing virtually or hybrid. First, it was strictly virtual, where you were dancing in your room, which was a box. It felt like a hamster on a spinning wheel. And your body had gotten so adjusted to dancing in that small space until when it came time to do hybrid lessons, where they opened up studios again, and you would try to do like a leap across the floor, your muscles were weaker because it just wasn't used to using up all that space. And a lot of dancers came back, we were like butterballs because we were so used to being cooped up and not using our full bodies in dancing. So a lot of dancers were reconditioning their bodies, losing their weight that had been gained from going in that cycle, that virtual box. And so I did a routine to recondition my muscle strength, where I would do bar 3 on Fridays, and then I would do a FIA group just to help with muscle strength. But then after a while, I had gotten too bulky, so now I spread it out to where I just do it quarterly. But I just wanted that strength back because I had, my body was not conditioned. So then on top of that, doing films where you're strictly virtual, then you shift to working 10 to 12 hour shifts on a film set, because usually film shoots are usually 10 to 12 hours a day, and sometimes the call sheet is sent out in the middle of the night. So people began to do like intermittent fasting to try to control their eating habits while on set, because all that wonderful food they have on set from their what you call crafting services. Crafting services is the catering they have on film sets. All that tasty food, and you're there 10, 12 hours a day, then you just start snacking, do just like, you're just there working, and so you start grabbing snacks to distress. A lot of people who do crafting services now, they cook really healthy food because they know the habits of film makers on the set. When you're overly stressed, some people kind of like, they eat out of stress. Some people do different things with stress. Some people, they just call stress eating. And so some crafting services, I know one film that was being shot in Chester, South Carolina, they had really healthy food on the set. Everything was organic, and I appreciated that because, you know, and then you had a lot of people who were doing what's called intermittent fasting on the sets as well. So to kind of help control their metabolism while on the set and just kind of give them a discipline. And they were doing the intermittent fasting of we eat breakfast at 9 and you don't eat after 7, which is what I did. And still do every once in a while just to kind of help the digestive system and metabolism for balance. So moving on. So when that happened, I did the non-medical lymphatic massage because, you know, you can feel the womanly fluids. Women have to take care of ourselves. We're not men. We're not made to, you know, be this super muscular being that works around the clock like that. It's just our bodies are just not made like that. So we have to take care of ourselves. We carry eggs. We have things that we carry. And our bodies go through hormonal changes. And so I did the lymphatic massage where you flush out the womanly fluids naturally. And then usually after you do like a non-medical lymphatic massage, they tell you to wear like compression socks. And then drink like jasmine tea, green tea for a while. Drink lots of water. And then to wear like a sweatband, you know, take like a walk or something. So I did that. I had like a series of 3 and then did, I got like a cheap sweatband and I didn't even like wear it like that, but it's a cheap sweatband that you can wear. Hello. And then as you walk, it sweats out all the fluid that you're trying to get out of your system. And then the salts and everything. And then I did the jasmine tea and whatnot. Then dandelion tea. There you go. Dandelion tea. So that's what I did. And then over time, the hormones and everything had shifted back in place. And it equaled out, balanced back out. So, and then with the bar 3, I had gotten muscle strength, but I had gotten too much muscle strength. So took a break, but my body had gotten back to the state where I could dance again, not without feeling a weakness in the body or any sort of inflammation due to being cooped up virtually. So that's what I did. Another thing that women are doing right now, I don't follow every trend. I usually do my research and I do what I feel like fits best for me. But I would always kind of splash cold water on my face in the mornings. And I also have, right now people are doing those collagen gels, which I do when I do my facials on Fridays in my skincare routine. But I also have these like ice clay ones that are like you put in the freezer and the ice is up and you put it under your eyes as well. It kind of helps reduce the puffiness and splashing water. But people are doing the whole like when you dump your face in ice water. I don't do that. I just stick with my routine. The cold water splashing my face, and then every once in a while using my clay gels that are iced from the freezer to kind of help with that as well. And then yeah, so those are different things that you could do. Those things that I do, and I'm very natural. Like you know, I like to do natural ways of doing things because naturally, I mean, your body goes through changes, and I feel like the best way to address it is in a very natural, holistic way. You know, like I said before, God uses doctors as well. He can use them, and you know, you can use medicine, but naturally, you know, when you look at the Bible, everything was already set in the earth. It's just man that kind of took things and twisted it and distorted it. And we can do the right thing with God's creation, or we can do the wrong thing. And some things that man did with a pure heart did the right thing with his creation. And then some men, you know, on the dark side of their hearts did the wrong thing with his creation. So you have to use discernment and prayer and ask God what he wants you to do with your physical body. But that's what I did. And it put my body right side back up again where I could dance. Oh, with the company again. Because it was just, you know, it was just everyone's lifestyle had changed. And so yeah, so I would do my fitness. So now when I do bar 3, it's, you know, I spread it out every quarter because I don't think that's the issue anymore. I have my muscle strength back, and I just do my walks, jogs in the mornings, do my skincare routine, and hair routine. Like right now I'm wearing what I call it protective hairstyle. Usually during the summertime I try to keep it braided, plaited up, twisted up for a protective hairstyle. And during the pandemic, I was just, usually for natural hair sisters, if you leave your hair alone, it just grows. And so I was just keeping it twisted up in a cap because you weren't going anywhere. Everybody was virtual, so and it just kind of grew, you know. So just different things. But I just want to show you guys my compression socks that my mom had gave me. because the pressure socks that the ladies for the lymphatic massage were saying, they were saying that you can get the regular like knee-high socks from like Walmart, but these are like actual athletic compression socks. I just want to show you guys right quick. Isn't that crazy? So that's what I'm wearing now. So yeah, those are the things that I did to recover from the quarantine lifestyle during COVID-19, which is far in the past now. I forgot that it even happened, and how dancers, athletes, filmmakers have reconditioned their bodies. And like I mentioned before, I have friends and people in the film world who make it a routine of doing like monthly massages. I don't do monthly. I don't put my body's in that kind of a pain. I just do it quarterly, and I bounce between doing my Swedish massages, if necessary, deep tissue massage, from one of my favorite masseuses who I think is so funny. She's so sweet and she's super hilarious. But it's Dr. Berry, and she is with Total Health Spa Lake Carolina, which just recently moved to from Lake Carolina to Two Notch. A lot of pray for business owners. A lot of small businesses right now are really doing what you call downsizing, because the inflation, everything's increasing now. When you look at the housing market, these 2-bedroom siding homes, which are not the best quality, are now in the $200,000 range, which is insane. Back in the day, they used to be like, a patio home used to be like $75,000, but now it's like $200,000. So a lot of these business owners are downsizing and they're moving into smaller spaces. So she downsized hers and moved, and Jackson Essentials, who's my skincare formulator and holistic spa service, is where I get my biannual body wrap detoxing. She and her skincare products and shampoo. She also moved as well. She moved from the artsy community of downtown Columbia to across town near Harbison for the same purpose. A lot of small business owners are downsizing. If you go to my old stomping grounds in my alma mater, called Charleston, you would see a lot of restaurant owners, mom and pop restaurants, where college students would go to, where I used to go to, that had shut down because the rent became so expensive. And I think I had posted one for Small Business Owner Day, Mom and Pop Day, National Day. One of my favorite Chinese hole in the walls near my college campus, that they never opened back up after the pandemic. Well, they did open back up, but they didn't open back up fully. They just have it now where you pick up your food at the door, but they don't pay much rent, because all they keep open is the kitchen, and the dining area is completely dark. So there was a couple of posts months ago, I want to say, I can't remember, but just scroll down and you will see it's National Mom and Pop Day, and just celebrating those small business owners who work really, really hard to feed their families. Immigrants that come from other countries, and that's how they start their living with their families, and they're just trying to stay afloat during this crazy inflation that's going on. So yes, I just wanted to share that. Maybe that would be an encouragement to someone who is in filmmaking, who is in dance, or just an athlete, or just none of that, and just wants to have a healthy body. Maybe, that quarantine lifestyle affects you some way. There are things that you can do naturally to take care of your body for it to balance out naturally in a healthy way, without any extremes. And your body can be reconditioned again and go back to what it was before the pandemic. All right, bye.